Good evening, students. This is your mentor, Shivani Sharma from mentorbuddy.com, and I would like to welcome all of you back in my session today. I hope I'm audible to all. Students, kindly respond if you can hear me clearly. Good evening, Prerna, Anshika. Good evening, Janak. Hi, Rakshita, Prem Kumar, Raviraj. Thank you, Mohit and Janak, for responding. So I hope the concept of presentation which we have done in the last two classes, that was good enough and all of you could understand that very well. So we have been doing presentation skills for the past two classes and I hope that you people have practiced that at home. How many of you have practiced speaking on a topic at home after understanding presentation skills? Tell me honestly. Is there anyone in the class who has practiced presentation skills at home, or are you just waiting for the right time when you could join an organization? Then only you'll try that. Yes? You're going to try that once you'll join an organization? Nobody has tried? Okay, do one thing. After the class today, think about a topic, give a presentation, stand in front of mirror, right? Maybe you can record that presentation, you can share that with me, or you can share that with your teacher or somebody who can just help you with some feedback about the same. Very good. Finally, I've got somebody who said that he has practiced. Very good, Prem Kumar. So, did you notice any kind of change in your presentation skills after attending the class? Was there anything that you found different? I would like to, understand from you what was the basic difference that you could see. That after attending my classes, this is something which really went well, or you enjoyed that, or okay, you were more confident. Right. So, what happens that when we attend these kind of sessions, actually, it gives us, as Prem Kumar said, it gives us a lot of confidence that we are aware of these concepts now and we know what to do and what not to do, which is very, very essential, isn't it? Right? So now in today's class also, we are going to talk about a very important aspect, which is an essential for determining our corporate success, not only professional success, but at the same time at a personal level also, right? And I'm sure all of you are aware of the topic that we are going to do today. So we are going to talk about something which is very interesting and which is one of my personal favorites. We're going to talk about teamwork. All right. So let's talk about teamwork. I'm sure all of us understand that teamwork plays a very important role in determining the success of any group, team, organization, right? Or, family is also a small, kind of a group where we all work together. It's like a team. Okay, before I could really start, I just want to understand from you, what is your understanding? What do you think is the basic difference between a group and a team? Students, first let's discuss this before going ahead. What is the basic difference between a group and a team? Come on, quickly. Quickly, quickly. I need a response to the chat box. What is the basic difference between a group and a team? Am I audible, students? I'm not getting any response. Can you all hear me? Okay, finally. Group is casual and team is official. Okay, Prem Kumar. Mohit says a group is an assemblage of individuals with common traits or situation, whereas a team is a structured and organized arrangement of a defined number of individuals. All right. So if there are people, sitting in a cinema hall, right? Everybody has gone there to watch or to see a movie. So what do you think? That group of is that the group of people watching a movie or a team of people watching a movie? A group. Why not a team? Team is number of people together to complete a work successfully. But Janak, people going to watch a movie also is a task which everybody wants that they should complete it. Why don't we say a cricket group? We say a cricket team and not a cricket group, right? Do we say a football team or a football group? What do we say? We say a team of athletes, right? All together, work together to achieve a task. Very good. Team has a common goal. Then what about people who are watching a movie? They also have a common goal of watching a movie. Everybody is going there for that only. So there are many elements which are involved. So I'll just take few words from all the definitions that you people have shared. See, all of you are right in your approach when you're explaining. I was just trying to start the session with a brainstorming, right? So definitely a team is a structured, right? A structured, format where all the individuals work towards the attainment of a common goal and they are interrelated to each other. Now, this interrelatedness is important. The basic difference between a group and team. Suppose you are going to watch a movie, right? So whether you are speaking with a person sitting next to you or not, that is indifferent, totally indifferent, right? It doesn't impact or it doesn't affect your goal of watching that movie. But when we talk about an organization, when we talk about the cricket team, there people are interrelated. A batsman has done a good job, but if a bowler has not done his job carefully, the team is going to lose, right? So there are few important factors that differentiate a group from a team. Clear, students? So today we are going to talk about the teamwork. I have a lot of good content to share. So we'll be talking about effective teamwork and what are the advantages of teamwork. We all are aware of the ground rules for the class. So a team is a group of people who have a commitment to produce a result, right? All of us are committed. All of us are working together. We have very interrelated profile and the objective is to achieve a common goal. Always remember this acronym TEAM stands for Together Everyone Achieves More. You must have heard that whole is greater than sum of its parts, right? And that is exactly what we mean by a teamwork. You might be a very good individual worker, but believe me, when you work in a group and if you have that tendency of being a good team worker, your efficiency will be doubled, right? And from a good worker, you will surely become an excellent worker because together everyone achieves more. And that is what we mean by team. Now, if team is so important, let us also try to understand what do we mean by teamwork. So basically, teamwork means the ability to cooperate and communicate effectively with others to achieve a common goal. Right? Remember, I've talked about interrelatedness. So since our task is interrelated, it is very important that among the team workers, there should be good cooperation and effective communication. Then only they'll work together to achieve a common goal, right? And these all points are important: cooperation, communication, right, common goal, interrelatedness, structuredness. And these are the, the basic points which are essential for you to understand what is team and what is teamwork. Now, if you just look at this picture that I have got for you, of course, this is a Google image, right? So teamwork is better for everybody. As you can see, there are two creatures on the picture, in the picture, right? They are just trying to drag themselves to the opposite directions, right? And when they are trying to drag themselves to the opposite direction, they are not able to meet their objectives, right? They are not able to reach to the place where they are intending to, in spite of the best of their efforts. They could not eat, right? So then they decided for a solution that instead of going in the opposite direction, why can't they work as a team? And together, when they started working in a team, as you can see here, and when they started working as a team together, you can see both of them could eat the heap of, that eatable first together on the left hand side, and then together on the right hand side, right? So this was the wisest of approach that they have utilized, that when they are going to work as a team and when they are going to work in a cooperative and coordinated manner, it will become easier for them to achieve their task. Now this is important for you to understand why is teamwork there, or how it is beneficial for all of us. So students, with teamwork, you can have new innovations, because all those who are a part of team will definitely bring their own color to the canvas, right? They'll be bringing in some new elements, which you can, with the help of which you can just achieve the results. It will help you in achieving success, right? There'll be development, there'll be growth in the group, you will get innovative solutions to the problem, you can evaluate your own performance and you can evaluate each other, you'll get solution to the problems. Of course, you're going to be progressive in nature, and it will help you in marketing yourself and your skills and abilities as well, right? Students, always remember, whenever you are going in for an interview, right, and the interviewer is asking you what are your strengths, don't ever forget to mention that I'm a good team worker, right? Because organizations are looking for good team workers. You cannot perform in isolation being a part of any group, being a part of any organization. So what they're looking for are good team workers. So don't ever forget to mention that. Why do you think organizations are looking for team workers? Because there are a lot of benefits of working in a team. And what are these benefits? You'll get quick solution to your problems. Why do you get quick solution? Because there are a lot of people who are responsible, right? There are a lot of people who are getting affected by that problem. So together, of course, they will try to find out that how can we solve this, right? Let's say one person working on a task and four-person working on a task. Definitely, it will improve the productivity if the team is working together in a positive direction, right? The workload can also be distributed, so there will not be that one person is getting overburdened or is, not able to perform well or is feeling stressed. Rather, the proper workload will be distributed among all the members of the group. So there'll be diversity of ideas also, right? And every time, working in consensus, or everybody cannot think alike. So sometimes diversity is also very important, and it leads to new innovative solutions also. The decision making is also better when you have diverse ideas, isn't it? You are also feeling motivated to perform. Sometimes that internal competition is very healthy also, and you get to learn a lot from your peers. And it is, widely recognized, researched, and believed that peer learning is the best form of learning that can happen, right? So these are the different benefits of teamwork that you all need to understand. Then only you will be able to utilize the opportunity of being a good team worker, and you'll develop the ability to perform up to the maximum of your abilities, right? So these are the benefits of teamwork. Now, I have a very interesting animated video for you all where you can see that how teamwork can make a dream work, right? So this animated video, I found it very interesting. So I thought instead of sharing a case study, let me just show this to all of you. And I'm sure everybody is going to enjoy. Look at it carefully and then we'll have a discussion on the same. So I just want to ask from all of you, what is your learning and what is the the uh, derivation from the this particular short motivational short film? What is your learning? What is your understanding of this? Abhishek, you can just connect with me through this question pane only. Yes, students, I'm waiting for your response. Aim. Okay, Vanchita, support. Okay. What about others? Don't try to write in the entire sentence. You can just write the key pointers. Right? I'll be able to understand. Teamwork helping achieve goals. Okay. So team support they're talking about team power. If you work in team, you can achieve your desired goals. Otherwise, you will lose. So, you could easily see that they have tried to achieve a goal or they have aimed for something which was otherwise out of their reach, right? They could not even think of fighting with a bird, right? And, to a great extent, just because of that teamwork, they were able to fight with that eagle in the sky also, right? And at no point of time they were losing their patience, they were losing their team spirit till the end. But just at the last flick of second, they have sort of become overconfident and they actually lost the target for which they have put in so much of hard work and efforts, right? So it is also very important for all of us to understand that we are working in a team. We have one target to achieve, right? And till the time we are in competition, we take it very seriously. And it is just that at the 11th hour, we lose our concentration and then the aim gets missed, right? So just like we are just getting closer and closer to end of all our soft skills modules, but I do expect all of you to maintain that same consistency, to maintain that same enthusiasm and learning that we have started these modules for, right? We all are here to improve on our soft skills, and till the last lecture or even after completing my last session also, we'll be working for the same. All right, students, how many of you are with me on this? How many of you are with me on this? Okay. There would be a recording of the session available with Mentor Buddy, Mr. Sachin. You can always write, right? Sachin, you can always write to Mentor Buddy support@mentorbuddy.com, right? All right. So I hope everybody has enjoyed this because it's a a kind of a cartoon movie. So it really took us back to our childhood, isn't it? Right. So that was an interesting learning which all of us have derived from this. Let's continue with the other thoughts that I wanted to share with you all, and then I'll also share an interesting story with all of you. That is also on teamwork. Okay. So now let me just talk about a very important point related with team building. Right? So there's a concept given by Tuckman, and Tuckman has talked about the 5 different stages of team building. It is very essential for us to know and understand this. Reason being, a team is not, a team does not become performing right at day one. And there are many people who, depart themselves from the group or the team considering that it's not working. We're not able to deliver, right? So it will take you some time for you to come up to this level. So there are basically 5 stages of team building. We call it as forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. Right. So in forming, the team acquaints and they establish few ground rules. Right. There are certain formalities where you treat all the members of the team as strangers and not somebody whom you know, right? So now gradually we try to learn about each other, gradually we try to become comfortable with each other, members start to communicate their feelings, right? But they still view themselves as individuals and not as a part of the team, right? Some of them also show, inhibition, in the sense that the group leader is trying to control them, so they show hostility also. So this stage is called as storming stage, which is the second one. The third stage being norming stage. So basically in norming stage, norming means where people feel to be a part of the team and they realize that they can achieve, whatever task, whatever work they have, and they start accepting the viewpoints that are shared by others. So you can see, there the acceptance start developing in the norming stage. Now, actually, what everybody is looking for is this, that is performing, right? We all are looking for the fourth stage, that is performing stage, but you can see it will come after rigorous three stages that will come to the this one. Now, this is actually the time when the team works, when the team starts performing, when there is, trusting environment, people get attached to each other, they start considering themselves to be a part of the team, right? They start following the hierarchy and the structure also. And we all know that everything that has started will always come to an end. So towards the end, the stage is called as adjourning stage. So during the adjourning stage, the team conducts, or there is dissemination of the team, right? You must have seen that there are a lot of teams which are formed for a particular project. So this is that time that the project is about to complete, or the team is about to dismantle, or they are going to just join another group or another team or another organization where they'll start performing and working. So these are the 5 stages of team building. I thought that let me just share that with you as we are talking about teamwork. And as you can see, this is Tuckman's model of 5 stages, which we have just talked about. And it is also talking about team effectiveness. The whole idea that why we are discussing so much about teamwork and the benefits of teamwork, because there's something in terms of performance, right? And effectiveness of team and performance of team, they are also related to a great extent, right? As you can see, there are 5 stages, right? So once you are at the forming stage, so you'll find that initially when people join, they try to show their best foot forward, right? They are not considering themselves to be the part of the group, but they are counting on their performance individually. So you will find that at the start, when the team has just formed, everybody is putting their best foot forward. So the in the forming stage, the performance of team is good, right? Even the effectiveness of team is also there. But gradually, when you will see that there are conflicts, there are people not understanding each other, they're not, ready to listen to the group leader, they have their own whims and fancies and all these things. So in the storming stage, you will generally find the effectiveness and the performance both getting low. Now, as you move up, you will find norming stage where there are certain ground rules that are set and developed and everybody starts following that. So you will find the highest peak of performance and effectiveness of team when the team is in the fourth stage, that is called as performing stage. And by the time, the perform, that is a kind of a, a period, or the performing stage happens over a period of time. And then finally, you'll move on to the adjourning stage, from where it is dissemination of members or dissemination of group members, and they start thinking about a new project where they'll be a part of it and they'll start working on the same. Now, there are few team characteristics also. So if you're a part of team, you will find that, our people can work even effortlessly sometimes. They have a trust factor among them. It has to have very good communication. See, these are the team characteristics which we should try to achieve, right? Or rather, we can say a good team is characterized by trust, good communication, people are supportive, everybody tries to participate in all the group tasks, group decision making, People try to bring in a lot of innovation in the way they work or they perform, and they are highly motivated, right? So that motivation of being a part of the group, that that really sometimes it acts as wonder that somebody who's not able to perform individually, but rather when he or she is a part of that group, the performance of that person just improves in many folds, right? So these are the team characteristics. As a leader of the team or even as a follower, there are certain lessons which we all need to keep in mind. Even if you are a member or you are a leader of the team or a follower, you need to know your people. That is the bare minimum that has to happen, right? Always believe that teamwork is less of me and it is more of we, right? So there's nothing that you can say that it is me who has done everything, right? The captain of the cricket team cannot always say, Virat Kohli cannot say that it was me because of me the team actually won, right? So the captain of the team, you must have always seen that they give the credit to the entire team, right? And that is true also because everybody has played their role perfectly, and that is how the team could win, right? Imagine the bowlers could not have done well. Do you think team is going to win just on the basis of the batsman? A good batsman, a good batting score would have helped them in winning the match? Certainly not, right? So that support has to come from bowlers also, from good fielding also, right? So teamwork is more of we and less of me, right? That is the first rule. So as a member, as a leader of the team, you should always know about your team members. You should always know about their strengths, their weaknesses, what they are good at. And that is the beauty of the team leader. This is how, the team actually fits in the all the different pieces together, right? So that the jigsaw becomes complete because of that. Choosing the right team members. Now, taking the thread from what I was discussing just now, right? So everybody or every team member is having some unique, capacities and capabilities. It is up to you how you are going to make the maximum of it, right? So this is really very important that if all members are going to, interfere in all the group matters, it will not be able to achieve the desired outcomes. So it is very important that you are going to segregate the task to concerning people or to the person who is good at that. Always remember coming together, sharing together, working together, and succeeding together, right? So all these things are very, very important, right? So sharing and working, it just reminded me of a small story, right? So, there was once a team of about 30 employees, right? And there was a team leader also. So the team leader was not very satisfied with this team. Reason being, these people were, they were not ready to cooperate with each other. Individually, they were very good, but whenever it comes to working in a group or sharing some information or sharing resources with each other, right, or sharing some solution to some problem, so they were very reluctant on that, right? So the leader realized that all these members are very focused on their own self. You might have seen that in class also. If your professor gives you any project, any assignment to complete, you'll find most of the students working alone, right? So don't you think that if there is a project given to you and if you're going to work in teams, it is going to be highly beneficial for you? I'm not talking about the written project that one person has done and others are copying it from there. No, not that sort. But working in a team will always be beneficial, right? So this leader was highly dissatisfied with the way the entire team was responding. So the leader had a big problem, right? That how to bring that team spirit in them, how to make them work together as a team. So the leader came up with a very interesting, fun activity, right? That can teach each team member how to work together or how to share more. Right. So the team leader basically, brought everybody into the office cafeteria. There was a cafeteria in the office, right? So they were all brought there, and all the tables and chairs were put aside, right? So there was no furniture in the entire cafeteria, and there were just a lot of different color, beautiful balloons. So the whole cafeteria was filled with a lot of beautiful balloons, right? So everybody felt amazed by looking at all the colorful balloons. Everybody was excited, but they were not sure that what is exactly going to happen, as it was not the leader's birthday. Then why they all were called to the cafeteria with full of balloons? Right. So in the center of that room, there was a very big box, and it consists of lots of balloons which were not blown up yet. Right. So these people were called there. The entire team of 30 people, they were called there, and they were asked that all of you have to blow up a balloon, right? And you have to write your name on it. Right, clear. So the team leader asked every team member that you have to blow up a balloon, write your name, tie a string, and leave it there. Right. And all those who are going to blow a balloon without popping anyone. You must have seen that whenever you start blowing a balloon, there are many times that the balloon gets popped, right? Because you try to fill in more and more and more air, or sometimes due to some other reasons. So that was the first criteria, that if you want to qualify round one, you have to blow up a balloon without popping, right? And you have to write your name on that balloon. So those who are able to blow it up without popping will be qualifying for the next round. So all 30 of them started doing the same thing. Now, out of those 30, there were 25 people who were able to blow up the balloons without popping, and they have written their names also on the balloons. Right? So the team leader really appreciated them. Everybody clapped for them. And these 25 people, they have qualified for the next round. Right? Now the team leader asked all of them to leave their balloons inside the cafeteria and come out. So everybody was happy, assuming that they have qualified the first round. Now the second round would be somewhere, in the outdoors. As everybody came out, the team leader said that now you need to go back inside. And the second round is that you need to find the balloon of your own name. Right? As everybody has blown up a balloon and they have written their names on it, and they were asked to leave that there. And the entire cafeteria was already filled of balloons, right? So now the second task was to find out the balloon where their name is written, right? And the people who are able to find the balloons on which their names are written, they will be, successful, and they'll qualify for the next round. But in searching for their own balloons, they have to keep in mind that they are not going to pop up or step up on any other balloon, and the balloon should not get popped. If any of the balloon will get popped, they will be disqualified, right? And they have 2 minutes to search out for the balloon. Now, it was a tedious task, as the entire cafeteria was full of balloons, right? So, all 25 of them went inside. So they had to be really very cautious that the balloon should not get popped up also. And they have to search for their own name written balloon. They got 5 minutes for the same. Do you think anybody of them would have been able to find out a balloon of their names? Yes, students? Do you think anybody would have find out a balloon? Come on, write Y for yes and N for no. Right for S, Y for yes and N for no. Okay, right. So, after 5 minutes, right. So it was really next to impossible that they could find out one balloon where their name was written within 5 minutes of time amidst, 50 or 100. So 25 of them were there, and at least 50 to 70 balloons beforehand. So out of a pile of 100 balloons within 5 minutes, do you think they would have find out a balloon of their name? It was next to impossible, right? So they could not find out a balloon of their own name, right? Because the moment they would try to do it quickly, they would pop up the balloon, right? So after 5 minutes, when the leader entered inside the cafeteria and she asked, so everybody said that no, we could not find the balloon of our own name written on it, right? So leader said, okay, fine, not an issue. So now we'll move on to the third round. So all 25 of you, I'm giving you 2 minutes time. You have to find out a balloon on which any name is written, and you have to share that balloon with the person whose name is written on that balloon. Right? Now, do you think it is possible? Do you think it is possible now that they would have got the balloon? They were asked to find out a balloon on which the name is written, and they had to give that balloon to the person concerned, right? So within 5 minutes, everybody has got the balloon of their names written on it, right? So everybody was amazed at this, and the team leader said that we are much more efficient when we start sharing with each other, right? We are better problem solvers when we are working with others and not individually, right? So it should happen that we should not try to create obstacles in each other's way. Rather, we should work together, and we should try to focus that we are working on our own pursuit, and in the same, if we can help out others, right? And every member of the team should ask themselves regularly or on a regular basis that what it is that they are doing for their team, right? So students, this is very important for us to understand that if all of us will try to look out for our own balloons only, it will become difficult. So whatever balloon we are getting, even if it has the name of somebody else written on it, try to pass it on to the concerning person, and somebody else might have got your balloon, right? So remember, coming together, sharing together, working together, and succeeding together, right? So that is teamwork. I hope everybody liked the story. Yes? Do you think it was interesting? Right. So having one common goal is important. So as we have seen the story, we have listened to the story, not seen that. We have listened to the story. So everybody had a common goal, and the common goal was to find out a balloon where their names were written, right? So students, when we have a sense of community and focus, we create trust. We can help each other to achieve our goals, right? Why those people, do you think those team members would not have been sharing the resources, the information? Because there was lack of trust. Once you are going to trust that, okay, fine, if I'm helping the other person, somebody else might be helping me as well, and believe me, it happens, right? You just pass on a smile, to everybody whom you are seeing in the office, even if you don't know that person or you're not directly related to the person, and believe me, you'll start getting that smile back. Maybe not first time, maybe not second time, third time, fourth time, but fifth time you will find that, see, smile is a universal emotion, and it definitely gets reciprocated. Even to a child who doesn't know anything about the language, if you are going to smile, the child will reciprocate with a smile only, right? So always remember that we are a part of a team. So developing teamwork requires what? It requires that you should have the sense of belongingness, right? And to develop that belongingness, communication is very essential. There have to be individual commitment also to the group effort, right? Every company is working as a team, but every member should also have that individual commitment. As I was telling you the example of, again, I'll go back to cricket, right? Because cricket is the most sought after game in India. So you must have noticed that everybody is playing for the trophy. They're not feeling that, okay, so India is going to win this trophy. What will I get? Right? So your individual commitment is very important, right? So, there are so many students in your college who must have registered for the webinar, but the commitment level, as you can see, there are few people who are joining the webinars, right? You have the commitment to improve on yourself, right? So that commitment has to come from everybody, that we are a part of the team. We have to achieve this objective. It is our duty to work together for for achieving this goal, or for doing this task. That has to come from everybody without any exception, right? Sharing information is also very important. We have just now done a story for the same. Always remember, it is a process of give and take, because we are a part of a big team. You have to empower your team also, right? So this goes for more for leaders, right? As you all are students, you'll be joining a team, but in your college also, if there is a team and you're a team leader, understand that you have to empower them, right? So this is the best task that a leader has to do. If a team wins, that is their win. But if a team fails, that is the failure of a leader, right? So that is, what you have to do in empowering your employees, or in empowering your team. Now, this is important, and this is also one of the reasons why teamwork is included in the soft skills or communication skills module. If you want to have a good teamwork, or if you want to have a very effective team or a strong team, you should facilitate open communication, right? That during team meetings, or during project appraisals, or even in informal meetings or get-togethers also, the communication needs to be facilitated, right? And the communication has to be effective and good. What are the things that we should keep in mind for effective communication? We have already discussed this, but we'll be talking more about effective communication in the coming slides. Always try to create problem-solving environment. Keep the story that I've shared just now with you in mind. If the leader would have, talked about that you people are not cooperating, you people are not sharing resources, the team, do you think team members would have realized this? No, but just because of, a small story or small, fun activity, she was able to put across a point. Right now, as you see on the screen, this is Thomas Alva Edison. I'm sure everybody knows about him. So Thomas Edison, when asked why he had a team of 21 assistants, if I could solve all the problems myself, I would. Right. So Thomas Edison said that if I could solve all the problems, I would have done that. But I feel that I have more problems. So it's always better to have a team who's going to be helping you in solving those problems. Right. And then measuring teamwork, it is also very important. You should always, try to evaluate whether your team is going in the right direction or not. So as Harold Jennings said, it is an immutable law in business that words are words, explanations are explanations, promises are promises, but only performance is reality. Because at the end of the day, what everybody is concerned about the performance, whether you are able to achieve the objective that is desired or that is set by the organization. That is something which all the leaders are concerned about. A team, in a team, as I was telling you, once any team wins a trophy or wins a match, that is shared by every team member. So being a team means that you are sharing the responsibility. It is not any one person's contribution. Maybe man of the match always, deserves a great applause, but definitely, the effort put in by the entire team has to be recognized. It is also said that teams share the burden and divide the grief. Right. So in cases of failure, it is also important to have a team, because then only that grief can be divided. You cannot make one person responsible for all the unsuccess or failure of a team. Right. So students, always remember, I find this slide very interesting, that when the team doesn't work, right, then out of 100 times there are 99 times that it is because of a communication break. So that means effective communication is very important and is vital part for any team to be successful. And I'm sure all of us are learning the soft skills module to become an effective team worker and an effective team leader also. Isn't it? So let us have a look at few communication do's and don'ts so that we can improve our functioning and we can also become an effective team worker. Always remember, when we are a part of a group, we should always support each other's ideas and do not try to, let it down, or do not try to, let down somebody. If there is a problem, talk about it, discuss it, communicate it, and believe me, there is no problem without a solution. As we always say, no, there is a key with every lock, right? No lock has ever been made without a key. Similarly, for every problem, there is a solution. There's no problem without a solution in life other than death, right? So death is the only thing, or a problem for which there's no solution. Other than that, everything can be solved. Always listen actively to others. Active listening is very important. We have also discussed about this uh, at the very initial phases of our module, that if you want to become a good communicator, you should become a good listener first. Get involved with your team members. Get involved means don't get involved personally, rather involve professionally. Get involved in teams assignments, in teams tasks, in teams improvement. Be proactive rather than reactive, right? Because the time has come where being proactive is what is required from good team members and team leaders also. Give and take feedback, and always, you know uh, get into a constructive feedback. Don't get into any kind of critical feedback where the other person becomes offensive. Be open and have fun. Be open means accept the suggestions or accept the criticisms shared by others. Understand that people might have different opinions, so we need to understand, we need to appreciate, and we need to respect the divergent opinions also, right? Not everybody is going to think like you, because they're not your mirror images, right? So these are the don'ts of communication. I think we have talked most of it, but still, do not blame others for failure. That is the worst part which any team could ever do. Don't even get into such kind of gossips also, that if there is some unsuccess or some failure, that is because of somebody. Do not start blaming others, because the blame game is something which you will find after every elections. Each political party blaming the other political party who has won the election, either, or for some or the other reason, they just start blaming each other for the same. No bragging of the past things or the past topics. And one thing which I really want to underline here, because you'll find this a lot: do not take credit for what others are doing. Right? Somebody has done the work and you were just able to put the last hammer on the nail, and then you are saying, see, I have done this work. This is something which you should always avoid. Being unprepared for your projects, for your meetings, for anything, that is again something which you should avoid. Do not speak poorly of those in authority. It is the best way, right? But please refrain from doing all these things. Do not make others look bad. You cannot make yourself look good by saying that the other one is looking bad, right? So you are looking good, but the other person is also looking good. Have that faith in yourself. Don't cheat, don't lie, and don't steal. Right? So when I say steal, it means office resources, it means somebody's work, it means somebody's credit, anything, right? Don't steal. Just talk about those things that are yours. Talk about those things that you own, that you possess, for which you have put in your hard work and effort. Right? So I think that we have covered almost all the things that are required, for you to become an effective team worker, an effective team leader, and how it is going to be instrumental for your success, that we have also discussed. Now I'm going to show you why team building is important. Yes. So tell me, what did you learn? So how many of you would like to be in the performer's position, or somebody who's willing to learn and improve? And how many of you are standing at the back of that cart trying to show that they are supportive and encouraging and working, but actually they were just trying to pull it back? Right now, everybody will say, yes, ma'am, I want to be the performer. Yes. How many of you would like to be the performer? Am I audible? Am I audible, students? All right. So how many performers in my class? And how many would like to be, the one who is facilitating the performer in improving? Right. So I just want to see all my students in the role of the performer and the good doer, and nobody there pulling the entire work, right? And just trying to get the benefit of the same, right? Very good, Prem Kumar. And I could see that you have been responding to all the questions very nicely. Good. Good, Mohit. I could see that you were also responding. What about others? I'm not showing the story so that you can sit back, relax, have a popcorn and enjoy. We are sharing this story so that we can have a discussion after the same. Where are other students? Yes, Janak, you would like to be the performer, isn't it? All right. Great, 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 great. So that is the objective of my class also, to make you a performer and a good, effective team worker, and not somebody who is always letting the organization down or letting people of the team believe that they are just a burden on them, right? So that is the objective why we are learning these soft skills. So this brings us almost to the end of the class, right? So now I'm open for any questions and answers if you have, before I could just share what you have to do in case of any queries. I'm sure all of us are aware of the same, right? So with this slide, I just want to give it a closing that the strength of the team is each individual member, but the strength of each member is the team, right? So don't ever consider that you are an indispensable part of the team. You can easily be substituted by any other member. So just try to give your best performance, right? So with these words, I would like to end the session here. So I would like, to all of you to just note down the name of the email IDs which I'm showing on the screen. If you have any questions, queries, or would like to connect with me, you can just write an email on feedback.mentorbuddy@gmail.com. Any queries related with the platform, related with the certification and all, please write on support@mentorbuddy.com. You will be receiving the e-certificate. So I would appreciate if you all can upload those certificates on LinkedIn and tag us on Quantum Learning, right? And I have been receiving a lot of requests from the students regarding guidance facilities. So I have a Facebook page that is Guidance for Career. So those of you who want to connect with me on Facebook can just like my Facebook page on Guidance for Career. Right now, let me just show you about Center of Excellence so that you all can register for the upcoming webinars. So just go to centerofexcellence.com. Any questions, students? All of you who are having any questions can write to me through the chat box or can write to me on my mail. Right? You can just drop in an email regarding the same. Just open centerofexcellence.com and here you could see student login. Click on student login, enter your email, right? Your email is the registered email with your college. Write down the password. The password is your registered mobile number with your college, right? As soon as you'll put in your email ID and password, just sign in. Once you will sign in, it will take you to the dashboard, right? And on the left hand corner, you can find the dashboard and all the different options that you can see. Go to Industry Connect, and in Industry Connect, you will find the webinars that are scheduled for the coming days. So you can register yourself for these webinars from here directly, right? You can just book your seat and you will receive a confirmation mail, right? If you want to view this, like let's say my next webinar on 18th of July, that is this coming Sunday, is on emotional intelligence, right? So if you'll click on view details, you can see what is the webinar all about, right? You can find my details as well, right? And from here, you can just book your seat or you can register for this webinar. So the moment you'll click on this, right, you will be receiving a pop-up, right? And you can register yourself from here. Other than this, we also have campus recruitment preparation for you all available free of cost. All these webinars are also free of cost. As you can see, reasoning, quantitative, verbal. So the moment you'll click on this, it will redirect you to Mentor Buddy webpage, right? Or Mentor Buddy website, right? So you can find a lot of resources which are available over here for your benefit. As you can see, this is redirecting you to Mentor Buddy website. Here also you'll find a lot of content related with verbal ability prepared by me for your, you can prepare for your campus recruitment exam from here, right, students? So I would appreciate if all of you can just visit these websites, and this is going to be very, very helpful for you in boosting your preparation for your CRT. Right, so that's it from my side. Thank you so much for being such an interactive group of students. However, there are a lot of you who are just sitting back, relaxing and enjoying. So I don't like, this. Please be interactive in the class. That is the whole objective of doing these sessions. We'll be connecting the coming Sunday for the next interesting webinar on emotional intelligence. Thank you so much and good night. If you have any questions, please post them through the chat box. I'll take up the questions for next 2 minutes. Thank you so much, Prem Kumar. I like the way you appreciate it. As usual, this was also an awesome session. Thank you. I try to maintain the consistency of making all the sessions very good. So thank you so much for such a lovely feedback. Abhishek, I can see your questions, dear. Why don't you respond through this question box? Why are you busy in searching for the chat box only? Initially, you have shared a question, I've responded. So you're supposed to interact with me through this only. Mohit, you will be receiving the e-certificate on your email ID, registered email ID. If you have not got that, please write on support@mentorbuddy.com. Thank you so much, Shruti. Good night. Take care. Thank you, Janak, for the lovely feedback. Take care. Mohit, you will be receiving e-certificate. I think I've answered your question, right? That's it, students. Thank you so much. We'll meet on 18th of July for emotional intelligence. Thank you so much, Sachin Pandey. Good night and take care.